So here we go. This is it. The Europa League final against Arsenal. What a time to be alive. So hello and welcome back to Hop to the Top. Hope you're all doing well today and you are buzzing for this cup final like I am. It's mental. I actually can't quite believe we've got to the final of the Europa League. We're taking on Arsenal. It's going to be such a tough game, but I think we've got a chance. So, of course, last episode you saw us beat Luzern to win the Swiss Cup. We then lost to Luzern, had to hold our breath and rely on Thun beating Young Boys to make sure we picked up the double and we won the Swiss Super League as well. Today, a chance to make it the treble with victory over Arsenal. We played one game in between episodes. It was against Lugano. We won 1-0. Tim Wright scored the goal in that one. Obviously, it didn't really matter at that point because we'd already won the league title. But if you're interested, this is how the Swiss Super League has finished off. We go back to the league table. We won the league. In the end, quite ahead of Young Boys, who capitulated in the final few games of the season, finishing 1 point ahead of Basel. So those three teams, us, Young Boys and Basel, we all get Champions League football next year. Us and Young Boys straight into the group stages, Basel in the qualification rounds, but they should be able to get through, I would imagine, into the main draw of the group stage. Luzern goes straight into the group stage of the Europa League, which is very good stuff, but Lausanne and Thun have to go through qualifying stages of the Europa Conference League to try and get through into the group stages there. So that's the state of play at the end of the season. Koreans relegated, Sion in the relegation playoff. They are currently 1-1 with Servette, so hopefully it'd be good to see Servette come back up to have a bit of a change again. Good news for us because Zurich were runaway winners of the Swiss Challenge League, so they're back in the top flight next season, our old big rivals. But does, as you can see there, also qualifying for the Europa Conference League. Now, we saw this a couple of seasons ago. The Duz are actually based in Liechtenstein, which is a tiny country next to Switzerland, but they play in the Swiss leagues. But they also play in the Liechtenstein Cup, and the winner of the Liechtenstein Cup gets a Europa League place. So the Duz every single season are in the Europa Conference League, or not the Europa League, in the Europa Conference League. In real life, they get to the Europa League, but obviously in the new changes that are going to happen in European football in 2021, it will go to the Europa Conference League instead. They go through all the qualification rounds and they don't actually get any far, so we don't really look at them too much. I'm not entirely sure if it does count towards Swiss national coefficient or Liechtenstein coefficient, because they technically qualify with Liechtenstein's place. So maybe that's what they do. I don't quite know, but we don't really see the Duz do much because they don't really get very far. Anyway, that's the state of play at the end of the 2025-26 season. And now there's just one thing left to do, and that is to attempt to beat Arsenal in the cup final. I should note as well, I'm wearing, it doesn't actually look like, on camera it doesn't look very smart. In real life I think this shirt is quite smart, but I don't know, the exposure from the lights, it just looks like a bit of a crap shirt actually. It's meant to be a nice shirt I'm wearing for the final, because obviously it's a big game, we want to look our best. Also, it's blue and white as well. I thought that was quite good. It's blue and white like the kit. Obviously not quite the same as the kit, but it's blue and white, and I thought that was quite good too. Anyway, this is the team that I think could be beating Arsenal today. Calas is in goal, ever present as per usual. Guardado and Cruz, obviously the choices to have at right back. Guardado actually has been selected for Mexico's side in the World Cup. Actually, we have a fairly decent contingent of players going to the World Cup this year. 6 players are going. Guardado to Mexico, Calas, Sturgeon, Schneider and Granit Xhaka going for the Swiss national side, and then Haroldinho Bunce, who hasn't actually made a first team start for Argentina. He's played under 20 football, but is going to the World Cup with Argentina. Unfortunately, Matthew Bottles hasn't been picked for Italy, which I think is an absolute farce. Italy do have some good strikers, I've got to say. Esposito is very good and actually does have quite a good scoring record for Liverpool, but it's not as good as Bottles. Bottles has got a better scoring record, but he's doing it for Liverpool, so perhaps Italy rate that a bit better. There's also Pellegrini as well, who's also very, very good. He's got a very decent scoring record for whichever team he's played for. But again, I feel like Bottles has got a better scoring record and he should be in the side. It's unfair in my opinion. This guy on the bench, I mean, he's had a terrible scoring record, so why is Bottles not in the Italian team? Justice for Bottles. Anyway, off on a slight tangent there. Back onto the starting lineup. Ross McQuaid gets the nod ahead of Haroldinho Bunce just because I think Ross McQuaid is just that little bit better and a little bit more consistent than Haroldinho Bunce at the moment. Obviously joined with Sturgeon in the back line. Paolo Bernardo and Randy Schneider ever present in that centre of midfield, with Bernard, Alex Smith and Billy Schmitz getting a nod ahead of Capitano today on the right wing. But of course, the favoured son, the prodigal son, Matthew Bottles, leads the line for us today. We also actually have 12 substitutes available to us. I don't know why we get 12 for the final, but we do. So actually, it's Navio, Breton, Rodriguez, Sam Shelton, who's injured, unfortunately, and Sean Howard missing out on the final, which is a bit frustrating for those players, but unlucky lads. So then, we have to go for it. Come on then, boys. So then, that's that. That's the lineup. Can we do it? Let's find out, shall we? The Arsenal formation is a little bit more defensive than ours, which, I don't know, maybe they're scared of us. But they have some good players, but I don't... Is Nathan Ake actually a left-back? He's not an actual left-back, so maybe we could exploit that left-hand side of Arsenal at least. I just look at that side, and yes, they've got Fernandes and Nicolas Pepe and Bellerin. I don't think that is a world-class side at all. And watch us now lose 5-0, but that's just my thinking. In the dressing room then, let's go passionately. What I'm going to say, the media have given me a lot of credit recently, so go out there, put on a worthy display, and kickoff is upon us. Obviously, if you're watching this live on the Premier, let me know in the comment section on the side of the screen. Are we going to win today? Yes or no? If you think we're going to win, drop a like on the video right now. If you think we're going to lose, also please drop a like on the video. Please, everyone, like the video because this is a big game today. It's huge. And it's going to be, whatever happens, it's history in the making for us. As Nicolas Pepe's through, Calas with a good save. The first real chance of the game coming towards Arsenal. And what is a very cagey game so far. Not much going on the first 20 minutes or so. As Bruno Fernandes puts in a corner. It's, I think it hit the post, got cleared, bounced off a defender and was finally cleared away. Arsenal coming very close from that corner. But Bottles on a counter-attack. Can he get the ball into the middle? He does. Schneider was there, but Leno collects the loose ball. Chances for both sides, either end of the pitch there. Come on then, boys. I'm expecting good stuff today. Already 4 yellow cards for the players in 30 minutes. So, I mean, we're living up to our expectations in terms of yellow cards. I genuinely just have no idea why we get so many, really. We just do. It's Billy Schmitz has gone and scored the opening goal of the Europa League final. How has he done that? Like, that just came from nowhere. What? Okay. Let's watch this back then. Billy Schmitz on the ball really cleverly takes it past the defender. The defender tries to tackle from behind. If Billy Schmitz goes down, that's a penalty. Doesn't go down. Puts it past Leno instead and sends the Grasshopper fans into raptures. Wow. What a start to the game. And also, Arsenal are the superior side in terms of stats, and yet we're the one with the one shot on target that's managed to put it in the back of the net. As it stands right now, we are FMing Arsenal, which you love to see more than anything else in the world, FMing another team. Arsenal, though, trying to reply just before half-time. Billy Schmitz, player of the match so far, gets in behind, into Bottles to take it on. Oh, saved by Leno, great opportunity. Billy Schmitz, honestly... He loves the camera. That's what it is. Because every time he plays on camera, I genuinely think he is the best player on the pitch. He is a star of the future. And he's got the goal in the first half to make it 1-0 at half-time. Okay then, boys. I said right at the start of the season, you might remember, you might not remember. I said right at the start of the season, I think if we were in the Europa League, we are good enough for at least a semi-final. And we proved that by getting to the semi-final, but... actually taking that next step to the final and then being in the lead in the final is a different story. And yet here we are right now. Felipe Cruz into the man, Billy Schmitz. Billy Schmitz loses possession, unfortunately. Nathan Ake can get it cleared to a man's name that I can't pronounce, but Schneider makes a good challenge and Billy Schmitz back on the ball into Alex Smith. Alex Smith out to Felipe Cruz to put the cross into the middle. Bernard's there. Bernard grabs the second goal of the game. Jerome Bernard, 17th of the season, assisted by Felipe Cruz. 50 minutes into today's game. Grasshoppers 2, Arsenal 1. We're on our way, lads. We are on our way to winning the Europa League. Wow, this is incredible. Huge goal there from Bernard. A 2-goal buffer against Arsenal now. With 40 minutes to go in today's game. This is just incredible. I can't quite believe what we're seeing out here today. Their centre-back Sibilla just picked up a yellow card. We've got more yellow cards on our team. Sterigo gets his 22nd yellow card of the season. There's 25 minutes to go in today's game. I'm fine for no highlights to come from it at all. What we're going to do, though, is take Bernardo off the pitch, who's not played massively well on a 6.6 rating, and swap him with Granit Xhaka for some fresh legs in the middle. I also want to give Haroldinho Bunce a go out there because he deserves a little go out there. Ross McQuaid on a yellow card. We don't want him sent off because we're not going to 10 men. So Haroldinho Bunce can come on for him. And then towards the end of the game, we might bring Tim Wright on as well, just to take off Bernard, who's on a yellow card himself as well, but has played well today, so I'm a little reluctant to take him off. Arsenal, though, are obviously wanting to try and get back in this game. They've had 10 more shots than us in today's game, so they must be fuming that they haven't been able to score a goal yet, as it is cleared by Haroldinho Bunce. What a save on the line that was from Kalas. Huge save there. He's kept it in the game, as did Haroldinho Bunce just moments before that, as Pepe is through behind the defence, hits the post, goes out for a corner. Arsenal really turning the style on now. We should also get off attacking straight away, down to balance. Let's not try and go too crazy out there. Obviously, 20 minutes ago, a lot can happen in 20 minutes as Bruno Fernandes' shot hits his own player, goes over the bar. That's fine by me. Nothing to see there as they bring on some substitutes. I think what we are going to do for the final 10 minutes is take Bernard off. Tim Wright can come on, have a go. Tim Wright's played very well towards the end of this season. Okay, come on then, lads. Less than 10 minutes to go in today's game. I'm going to switch it over to the TV so we can see us lifting the trophy if we end up winning it. I've clicked off the game by accident there. Right. We should be winning the game, surely. Into the final 4 minutes of added time. And there we go. Full time. I can't quite believe we've just turned over Arsenal like that. We've won it. Europa League winners, Swiss Cup winners, Swiss Super League winners, Grasshoppers. What a season this has turned out to be. What a result that is. Billy Schmitz, Jerome Bernard, the goal scorers and the heroes today, as we've just won the Europa League. We've just won the Europa League passionately. I'm proud of the performance out there. No one gave us a chance. No, that was special. Not just I'm proud. That was special. Nobody gave us a chance. You played magnificently. Congratulations. What a result. What a result that is. I'm a bit speechless. Arsenal had 27 shots to our 7, and yet they couldn't score. That is a testament to how good Kalas is in goal. And of course, our backliners. The backline is incredible. Grasshoppers received £7 million for winning the Europa League. Now, bear this in mind, we've got £7 million for winning the Europa League. I say it almost every episode, but we got £8 million for losing the first knockout round of the Champions League. That just is a bit crazy, isn't it? Either way, I am delighted with that. That is absolutely massive for us as we celebrate a famous treble. Brilliant stuff. Medals for players, which is the weird thing that I don't quite understand why it's in the game, but fair play. I am one of the top English managers, apparently. If you look at the Hall of Fame, I'm 8th on the Hall of Fame for English managers. You love to see it. 4 domestic titles, 4 domestic cups, and 1 other club trophy. Beautiful. Don't think I'm going to get anywhere close to challenging Cloughie or Paisley because they are quite far away with higher ranking titles than the ones I've won. So for me to go ahead of these guys, probably going to have to win quite a few more trophies. But of course, there's still a Champions League to win further down the line with Grasshoppers, so you never know what's going to happen. I am praised by the fans, which is good to see. The board are happy with the win, obviously. Why wouldn't they be? Billy Schmitz on form. He is a big game player when he does play well in big games, because some big games he doesn't play well in at all, but for the most part, he plays very well in big games. So well done, Billy Schmitz there. Fantastic stuff. Thank you for your goal to win us the trophy there. £2.9 million we paid out to players, and we've won. Also, biggest overachievers are us, apparently, which I don't quite agree with, if I'm honest with you, but there we go. Also, what happened in this game between Dinamo and Tottenham for a 2-2 draw to be the best match of the entire Europa League? Was that a group stage match as well? Please tell me it was a group stage match. Why is that so exciting? What happened there? It's not like the goals were scored in like the 90th minute or anything like that. It's just a weird one, that. Anyway, what we're really bothered about is, am I a legend at the club? And no, I'm an icon. I mean, was I an icon before? I think I might have been an icon before, but still not a legend at the club, which sounds very strange to me because I've just won the club their first ever European competition, as you can see down there. What I am quite interested in, though, is European coefficients. Now, I would have assumed us winning the Europa League would have been a big boost, but I'm not sure if it has been, because France seems to have got further away from us, which is quite depressing. Maybe it's just not updated yet. If we continue for a couple of days, the coefficient might update a little bit. I don't know, but I thought we would be able to catch up with France a little bit there. At least Randy Schneider has won Europa League Player of the Season. Alex Smith coming runner-up there, and Kieran Tierney for Arsenal, who I don't think played in the final. I don't remember seeing him in the final. That's because he's injured, twisted ankle. That's why he didn't play in the final. But good to see two of our key players getting some decent recognition there. We'll stick around for the Champions League final, which is between Liverpool and Man City. Who's winning that one? Man City win that one. So maybe that is... We've also been given some money. 600k for Champions League television money, but also £5 million for coefficient ranking pool money from the Champions League. So a nice bit of money. It means that we are currently on... £33 million, so we might get a bit of a boost to our transfer budget if we ask nicely. But now that the Champions League is over, maybe that's now triggered the changes needed for the European Cup. I hope it has. Please, lads, I hope it has done. It hasn't. We're still on 67, France still on 80, England still far and away the best league in the world. That's a bit depressing. It just shows like every team has to pull their weight pretty much in European football. So, I mean, to be fair, most of them did. I think we had 4 teams into the second knockout round, of quite a few competitions. So, I don't know, maybe France just did really well this time around. But that, I've got to say, is, well, just a wonderful end to a brilliant season at Grasshoppers. A really fantastic season. European Champions League best goal, apparently Bernard has won that. What was his goal there? So Felipe Cruz had the ball. He was sprinting forward with it. Puts a cross in. Bernard smacks it. Yeah, that's a pretty decent goal. But only third best, apparently. Apparently these two players have better ones. And so that brings to an end a fantastic season. It's going to be very, very difficult to try and top that, really, isn't it? So, as I mentioned a few days ago, I'm very busy this weekend. I'm actually at the Birmingham versus Nottingham Forest game tomorrow in Birmingham. My friend's a Birmingham fan who was like, do you want to go to the game? And I was like, sure. So, if anyone's around the Birmingham game and you see me, say hello. Good to see you. But next season is going to start on Monday, so you've got a break from me this weekend, which I'm sure plenty of you are going to be really happy about. Frustratingly, there might not be many changes to the squad for next season because we don't have that much money to spend, and really... It's very hard to get better players in at this stage now because we are sort of reaching that sort of limit to where we can buy players because our reputation isn't quite increasing as much as our ambitions are increasing and things like that. It's a little bit tricky, but maybe winning the Europa League will open the eyes to a few more players who might want to sign for us over summer. So maybe not massive changes, but expect to see a few signings at least. Either way, thank you ever so much for your support this season. Join me next time for when we do it all over again. Until Monday then, have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you then. Have a good one. Goodbye.